Good evening and welcome to a special Island Stat Sports Talk. I'm your host, Earl Basden. Joining me at this present time is the Dandytown Hornets head coach, Jerome Hayward, and we are waiting on the arrival of the North Village head coach, Calvin Patches Dill. But on Sunday, August 31st, the prestigious Charity Cup will take place at Bernard Park. Jerome, you get to be part of a history-making moment with the first night game at Bernard Park with the Dandytown Hornets. Just how are you looking forward to this new challenge?
First and foremost, good evening, Earl, and good evening, Bermuda. Definitely looking forward to it. First, I want to congratulate the North Village new president, the outgoing president as well. I know he had a lot of input in getting the lights up, executive membership, and all of that. The field looks amazing, and congrats to them. So I'm really looking forward to being a part of an historic event. I know it's been a long time in the working, so yeah, should be a good game. Hopefully the island comes out. Hopefully the weather holds up as well. And looking forward to the occasion for sure.
Now, the good thing, I see Patches is trying to log in. We'll continue on. Uh, but interestingly enough, you're going up against a guy who you worked very closely with just 2 seasons ago. You
Yeah.
guys had some success in St. George's, so you kind of know each other very well. It's kind of now personnel that you have for you. Over this summer, obviously, there's been a lot of changes within organizations, with players going and players coming. You look like you've picked up quite a few players to fill in some of those gaps that were probably missing last year. How would you say? How would you assess your team ahead of the season?
First and foremost, want to give all that credit to the executive. Scott Morton, Aaron Denkins, DeVar Boyles, and others behind the scenes working hard to fill all the gaps that we thought we needed to address. But honestly, before we brought in the new players, I was really confident with the team that we have. Obviously, spent a year with them in the locker room last year, and so I really knew what our qualities were, and maybe we were lacking in a few key areas. But after the signings, I'm feeling even more confident. All the new guys are gelling and implementing themselves well. Obviously, he's a new coach at the helm, so it's a few things that we're doing different. And the attendance has been amazing. The spirit in the team has been amazing. And but it's early days still, so we're just following the process and working towards our goals.
Yeah, looking at some of the things that I guess went on last season, injuries, discipline, and so forth within Dandytown. How have you addressed that matter? Because I think a lot of people were concerned, towards the end of the season, especially in the discipline area. We're joined by Patches, but go ahead, you can answer that, Jerome, and then we'll bring Patches in.
Yeah, I think it's not just a football thing; it's a cultural thing. Where I tell people all the time, in Bermuda, the curse in Bermuda is comfort. And I think after we won the Shield, we just got complacent, we got comfortable, but we still had our goals, but we weren't putting in what we needed to put in order to achieve our goals. All the things that led to the Shield, the friendship victory, it kind of started to fade a little bit. And in Bermuda, if you drop 10%, that's enough for other teams to catch you up. So, I think a little bit of maturity was needed. We addressed some of the leadership qualities that we wanted to bring into the team. So really happy with that. The team is looking really hungry. So again, it's early in the process, and we're just gonna trust it and see where it goes from there. But definitely, we have addressed, I think, a lot of the desire, a lot of the leadership that was lacking after we won the friendship last season.
Yeah, yeah. Well, welcome, Patches. Good to see you.
Yes, gentlemen. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah,
What's
Yeah,
up,
what's up,
coach?
Patrick?
Patrick.
Yeah, right, coach.
Got
Your
your good
mind, respect, bro.
got your good friend there. But Patches, obviously, as I said to Jerome, part of a history making moment on Sunday night at Bernard Park, playing under the lights for the first time. Um, what are you looking forward to in this opening game, Patches?
Just that we have gotten some new players in. Just trying to get them to gel. We have had a couple of games. It's good for the club to have an opening night with the lights. You know what I mean? But just a matter of going out there and enjoying the moment and playing the game.
Yeah, I did mention to Giroux about personnel because you've picked up some players as well. You've lost some, but how have these players interacted with your squad throughout the off season?
Well, a lot of them some of them that have come have played with us before, have played with North Village before, you know what I mean? And yeah, they come in, most of them are friends off the field, so it's not been hard to just bring them in and let them gel together somewhat, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, Giroux, obviously, I've seen people complaining about the game being at Bernard Park, online. Everybody's got to say, but the game's got to be played somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, if you look at it, you already mentioned that North Village, the field looks really, really good. It's early in the season so far, so you know you both teams love to play the ball around on the ground and early in the season, I guess Bernard Park will suit that style. Is that something that you want to encourage your players to do, to keep that ball, knock it around and just keep possession?
Well, as early days, that's definitely a part of our methodology. So we're not professional, so there's nothing concrete or mandatory aside from the small structural things. But then outside of that, the players have a lot of freedom. I like to encourage them to express themselves. As long as we have our foundational pieces in place, then after that, it's I give them the players are the artists, and the coaches are the scientists. I've stressed that to my team over and over. So CN and I giving them the science, and we want them to be the artists after that. So we'll see what the game brings us. I know Patches has some prepared. I mean, weirdly enough, us Cougars and Village have been training up in North Park sometimes at the same time. So that's been a weird dynamic. Having everybody preparing on the same field at the same time. But if that said, hey, it kind of is what it is. I have no problem playing under the lights at Village for the first game. It's Bermuda, so it's not like we're traveling to Mexico or something like that. We're just going across the way there, and every game on this island we need to treat it the exact same way and play the exact same way.
Yeah. Patches, North Village has been your home for forever. Even at St. George's, but North Village has been your home forever. Being the coach of a team that's going to have such a memorable night, what does that mean for you personally?
It means a lot to me. My family club, my family field, the past presidents that have put that park into place, and the president that's there now. It's a pleasure to be the head coach, man. They're going to open up the field for the first time ever with lights, and I'm cherishing that moment come Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking for an enjoyable football match, and I hope we could please the crowd.
Yeah, yeah, and it's similar to the question I asked Drew about. You guys love to play the ball around, especially knocking it about and feeding possession. Is that what you're looking to get started right away? As the defending champions.
Yeah, I mean that's our culture. So I have to keep the culture to what it is, and the culture is playing football, knocking the ball around, making sure we're in the areas and in the pockets to receive the ball, and hey, adapt into the game because we could change. The game could change anyway. That they might be blocking that out. We might have to go a different way. But
Yeah,
yes, that's our philosophy of the game is that we like to play football.
sure, sure. Now, as I indicated, you guys worked so closely together a couple of years ago. I guess both of you left a little secret in the back pocket. Am I right?
I mean, the thing about it is when you're coaching, it really comes down to the players that you got and the culture of the club of the players. And so Patches and I came together and adapted a few different styles over the years as we evolved, as the exchange with any team. So now that he's at North Village and I'm at Dannytown, there's an evolution that's happened between both of us. I know for a fact, and both of us love the game. So I know Patches is adapting and has already adapted really well his methodology to what the Village culture is and the Village players. And I'm doing the same thing at Dannytown. It's an expectation that comes with these clubs. And yeah, we're here to infuse our style. It has to be one man at the helm and one idea. So that idea blends in with the DNA, and yeah, see what happens after that.
Yeah. One thing both of you have is a group of senior players in your team that you will kind of rely on, especially on the field, to take control of certain things in such situations. Patches, who are some of those senior players that you have returning from last year's team that you think will help to spur that team on when things get rough? Because things at some point in time during a match do get rough.
Yes, they will get rough. We have the likes of let me see, John Tay when he's ready back from cricket. We have D. Bow, goalkeeper. We have couple of guys that's come back that's been into the international arena, like the guy in Corey Scott.
Uh-huh.
We have they got the guy Shakai Casey from Cougars, which is a senior player. Been a senior player at Cougars for a long time. So these type of guys, guy Jordan Otterbury is another one. Been a senior player for a little while at Hamilton Parish. So they all know now. I'm getting them to just know that when they're on the field, when they're ready, they have to step up and they have to carry the youngsters that we'll be playing.
Sure, sure. And Drew, who are some of those senior players for you over at Dandytown?
Well, we're really encouraging and investing in everybody to be a leader in the end, right. Using their personality, their characteristics to be a leader, to step forward, and rather vocally, by example, by action. We're encouraging everybody to be a leader. I don't like to name names really, but I will single out Dante Lavrock. I think last year him going out injured, I think left a big leadership void in the team. Not that we didn't have leadership, but the more leaders you have, the better. And then obviously our captain Tamika Gooder. He's really motivated this year. I really like his adjustment into the captaincy role and his maturing in that role. We got Lejeune, Ian, obviously national squad player, an amazing leader. Kader Maynard. She said, like I said, I don't want to, we have leaders right through the team, and that's what I love.
Right.
And so just encouraging guys to express themselves, stay within their characteristic traits, and be a leader in your way.
The funny part is you guys play on Sunday night, and then the following Thursday, I believe, you play again in the Dudley Eve. Or it's early. Is it Thursday night?
No, it's next week Saturday night, 9 o'clock. I'll be
right. Next week Saturday night. So
yeah.
A chance to really, get some work done between yourselves and see after Sunday what that gap is, whether you could turn it around or whatever. But Patches, and you guys would remember the Martin Muir used to start the season, and that was the top 6 teams, and it was always a battle to be in the top 6. Now the Dudley Eve has all the premier teams in it. I don't know. Is that a good way to start the season, or what's your personal thoughts on that much football played at the start? Because it's almost like it's games right after each other, and the recovery time, and all of that. What's your personal thoughts, Patches?
My personal thought is that the Dudley Eve is like a preseason tournament. You want to win it, but it's also like a preseason tournament because you want to be ready for when the league starts. You want your oil, your engine be running. You know what I mean? So you could use the Dudley Eve as some French players you might want to put in to give them a chance. to say that, okay, by the time I got to the league, I should know what's happening and where we're going. You know what I mean? So you want to win it because it's a cup game, it's a cup, but you also want to use it as a preseason tournament.
Right,
That's
right.
for me.
Yeah. What about you, Drew? That many games at the start?
I love it. I love it because it gives you extra game time. Like Patrick just said, it allows you to rotate players. You really want to see what you have in players. We have new players coming in, some players that I'm familiar with, but then obviously they're maturing as well. So you really just want to give guys as much game time as possible before the actual season starts. So with the charity, with the leave, I think it's super, super positive. Everybody gets a shine. Everybody gets a look. The promoted teams get to, figure out where they are as far as the pace of the game, all of that. So, players and coaches, if they do the homework, they can go out and watch games, see what guys are trying to do, the methodology. Obviously, it changes from week to week and month to month throughout the season. But, I really like it. I think it's super positive, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody play.
Well, one thing's for sure: there's no defending champion this year because the trophy went down with Hamilton Parish. So the Dudley will have a new winner um, this season. Um, but looking at it, I mean, Patches, you got the biggest axe on your back only because you're the defending champions and you won the FA as well. Um, helping the players to understand what this looks like, this new challenge, because last year you was trying to achieve it, you achieved it, and now you have to kind of try to maintain it. That conversation constantly with the players, how has that been in reminding them of what they done last year and how they done it last year?
Last year is over. We have nothing. We have nothing. We're starting from new. I told them that tonight. We're starting from new. Last year is done. So don't get it twisted. Yes, you have to stay humble. You have to stay committed. And we have to continue on and building a new. This is a new season. So it's going to be a new players. So it's going to be a different challenge.
Right, right, right. And for you, Drew, obviously, um, we already talked about that part where what have you been talking to the players about, so forth. But it's interesting when the season starts, you all have these expectations, and everybody wants to win the league, everybody wants to win every trophy out there, um, but everything has to happen in time. Um, Drew, let me ask you, at the halfway mark of the season coming up in December, what would you say? How many points do you think you would need at that point in time to, first of all, say, okay, we've avoided relegation, and two, we're in running to win the league?
Honestly, Earl, Village. We're worrying about Village. After we worry about Village, we worry about Village again, and then we'll see who's next on the docket. We're taking it a game at a time. We have to trust our process. We're building a solid foundation at Dennytown, and that's the only thing that we're worried about. Progress is everything. Slow motion is better than no motion, and we just want everybody rowing in the same direction. So it's about setting the foundation, putting the pillars in place, the laws in place, showing guys where they can be free, where they can be artists, where they can express themselves, but stick to the science. Outside of that, I'm not. We as a club and as a team, we're preaching patience. Yeah, I mean, we're playing the defending double champions. So, we just have to be patient in our game. We have to be patient with each other, with the system, with the coaching staff, with everything that we're trying to implement. And, and then we'll see where we are. But come December, honestly, I want to see is that we have stuck to our principles and we've grown, we've evolved, and we're trusting the process.
Mm. What about you, Patches? What's because people look at the numbers, and obviously you're saying, okay, by this time we should have X amount of points. So have you looked that far yet to halfway mark?
I'm a game by game, man. Game by game. The game is played on the field. And yeah,
Uh-huh.
I hope to be in a good position come December, where I can say, no, we're getting into the new year. We could challenge. You know what I mean? We might not be on top, But we want to be in position where we could challenge and say, okay, no, let's go. We're ready to go for our run.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, both of you have players that have been just named into the national team for next Friday and the following Tuesday in Curacao. Um, Looking at it, Patches, your goalkeeper Dietrich is in the squad. Um, what sort of stuff are you looking from him coming from that national program setup to bring back to your club?
Just the professional side of it. You know what I mean? We're not professionals, but he's in a professional arena right now,
Mhm.
representing his country in probably the furthest of probably in the World Cup they're being. So, I just looking for his professional and his leadership. And he is my skipper, at North Village. So I'm just looking for him to bring back that professionalism and let guys know what it takes to get where we have to get.
Yeah, yeah. And Giroux, obviously you have your new signing Lejeune and Dante in the squad. And obviously, the same question to you. What are you looking from them to bring back from that national squad setup?
Yeah, I would say, and echo what Patrick said is basically leadership, bringing in the mentality that's necessary to continue to grow, to continue to build, to trust the process, understanding that things don't happen overnight, but understanding that there is a standard to be kept. And so, yeah, it's not just this two, but we have, like I said, several other leaders in the team. A name I didn't mention earlier is Eusebio. I really, really highly rate him. Amar, like I said, there's so much leaders in the team, and we just really want to foster and cultivate that and make sure that, everybody is bringing out the leader that's within them, whether it's by example, by voice, whatever it is. But yeah, they're still going to be the two huge players for us. But, that's where other guys have to step up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, gentlemen, I do want to thank you very much for joining me, and I do want to wish you all the best this season. The Charity Cup is just the start, and then we press on from there. All the best. Hopefully, your teams can stay healthy throughout the entire season, and you finish where you want to finish and how you want to finish. And if it don't work out, then back to the drawing board kind of thing. All right.
Yes, sir. All the
Yeah.
best, coach.
Yes, likewise, bro. Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys.
I know.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Al.
Have
Talk
a
to
good
you
night.
later.
Yes, indeed.
Bless his loud.
Gonna encourage, bro.